Will you be there for me, Wesley? Will you be there for me? I believe you. Now, but oh, you started acting like him. You started acting like him.
Him?
One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Nippert Stadium, one of the grand old cathedrals in the sport and home to the Cincinnati Bearcats. The Bearcats will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Tigers' offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Time for an early look at one of our Heisman Trophy candidates, and while this award certainly caters to quarterbacks many times, Jesse, this guy's proving to be worth all of the attention.
Yeah, he's delivering. And remember, David, there was a lot of preseason hype around this guy each and every week. This dude has been making big-time plays. To me, he looks much improved from a season ago, and he's got this offense roll.
Taking the shot on the first play. He's got it on a diving catch along the left side.
How about an RD? What a start. You want to come out and say, I'm going to be aggressive, we're going to take shots, we're going to make big plays. Look no further than the first play of the game. What a start.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. This Auburn offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air, it's Knight. He's got it. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. He got it. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the snap, it's Singleton. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Auburn.
And that's why this offense is so hard to stop, guys. This quarterback can hurt you throwing it and running it. With his speed, he can make people look silly. And you saw it right there on the opening drive of the game. What a beautiful touchdown.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bearcats offense will have its first possession of the game. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse.
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's...
He's got it along the sideline. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. The extra point here would tie the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Looking for a man. It's Knight. They've got the screen set up. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33. The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Cobb. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gonna let it fly. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. So now it's 2nd and long. He wants to throw it again. Rushes on him. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Tigers. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
They'll leave it with him. Fighting off the defender. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. And that one's incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Wants to throw. It's Sorsby. Got it behind the line. It's Walker. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. On the ground, it's Walker. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Bearcats really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Finds a man on the right. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. And the Bearcats are moving quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. The Bearcats look to do some damage in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Got his man in the middle. Touchdown, Bearcats! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. He'll start this drive firing. Steps away to find some room. On the run, fires downfield. It's caught downfield. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Tiger. A great catch and run for 6.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Cincinnati, 14.
The returner will field it and bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking downfield on first down. He tries to take the top off. And that will fall incomplete as we have played one quarter, a quarter in which they tried to wrap it up with a huge play. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Leaves it with the back. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. And the Bearcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Looking to throw for it. He's taking the shot. Makes the grab down the left side. Off and running. 10. Touchdown, Bearcats. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Setting up for the extra point and the top.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
So here comes the Auburn offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Back to throw, it's Knight. Under fire. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to throw again. Still looking, on the move. Running to Green. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. Got it in the middle. It's Singleton. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage, take advantage of this.
Oh, he's got some room, headed to the goal line. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. How about this Tiger quarterback etching his name alongside the greats and maybe wearing out Aubie with extra push-ups after all these points?
And you just think about those guys having those kind of days as Nick Marshall, Cam Newton, just superstars at the position. That's what kind of day he's having so far.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looking for room, it's Walker. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on first down, it's 2nd and 10. They'll go right back to the run. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. Now on 3rd down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Sorsby. Caught over the middle, it's Royer. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He's got it on the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Allen. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. The Bearcats are flying down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Got him downfield. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Boy, these offenses are just making it look easy.
Defense optional in college football nowadays. So many weapons, so much speed on the field, so hard to defend. Defense, I don't know how you play it. I really don't. Just try to get a stop, beg for one, please.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Motion from the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's out past the 35. Oh, look out on the right. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Auburn. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Corralled by the kicking team.
nice punt return. Punt return a lot of times is about angles, and you can tell the defender takes a good angle. Did they give up a bunch of yards? Yes.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Auburn. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. To the ground with the back. Nice move there. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. And the Bearcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking downfield, it's Sorsby. Complete. At the 35, he's open. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on first down. Pulls it in. It's Warrior. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Warrior. There he goes. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. The Bearcats will line it up on 1st and 10. Lost a throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Caldwell. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Auburn lines up quickly. Back to throw. It's Knight. Quickly out to the tight end. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Deep shot for the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Trying to make magic with his feet. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Catch in the middle, it's Kane. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple. Throws toward the end zone. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Cincinnati, and we've had a lively first half.
Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And gashes the heart of the knee.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats!
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's caught. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. That's caught. It's Caldwell. Stopped just inside the 25. Will mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. Running back searching for a hole. Breaks into the open. Smashes ahead. He is right out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal. The Bearcats pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Back to pass. It's Sorsby. Caught in the backfield. It's Walker. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. This offense simply has to pay this off on third and goal. They desperately need a touchdown. Here comes the heat. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Right down the boulevard, it's good. Are forced to settle for 3. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe, as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they like.
They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Snagged in the middle, it's Thompson.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Finds the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. And the Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Wants to throw it. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. To the air, it's Knight. Here's a heat. Blasted as he lets it go.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
Plays are going to break down, but that never seems to affect this quarterback. He's so athletic and so fast. He's able to avoid the pass.
Turning it on. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Coleman. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Auburn to the line in a hurry. He wants to change this route. They want to throw it. Buys a little time. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting. Had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. He'll keep it himself. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Scanning the field, it's Sorsby. Hauls it in. Runs through the tackle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Caldwell. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. And the Bearcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. This quarterback part of their running game. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Looking downfield, it's Sorsby. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
And this is not decision time. This offense, it's green light the rest of the game. Down multiple possessions, got to go for it on 4th down. Probably had that in mind. It's a little shorter 4th down, but this offense has got to stay fast-paced and got to make some...
Interception. possession, and things are going from bad to worse. Got room on the return.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage.
Back's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. And the beatdown has ensued. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Leaves it with the running back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop.
And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback may change this route. To throw, it's Knight. Flushed out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the 1st down.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. Now with the 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Why not trying to get it in? They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from touchdown Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here and take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
He'll do it himself. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Sorsby. Makes the catch. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Bearcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. gives it on the option. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Offense changing the play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Throwing right. Makes the catch. Converts on 4th down. Is still on his feet. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. He's looking to pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Fires into the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. Looking to pass. It's Sorsby. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Bearcats will send out the punt unit. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Secures it at the 30. He's got great speed. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And what a show we've seen from the man behind center. And the QB has more than had his way just lighting up the secondary and the scoreboard, Jesse.
Yeah, and Grease, talking to the coaches coming into this one, they felt like they had a real opportunity in this game to throw the football with success, understanding just how talented their quarterback is. And he's really answered the bell. He's done a really nice job with his decisions. He's played on time. He's been accurate. And this offense has been up and down the field in large part because of how well their quarterback is playing.
And the throw out to the sideline, but just a few yards. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Coleman. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. To the air, it's Sorsby. This time he's got his man. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The Bearcats come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. This is a designed run. Plows through the defense. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play. And the Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle. It's Allen. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. The Bearcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw on 3rd. Pulls it in. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The Bearcats had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Oh, he makes the catch. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party. A late touchdown.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Back to throw, it's Knight. He lets one fly deep. Pulls it in down the middle. He's loose. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Bringing it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the pass falls to the ground, and the ball game is over. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them.